Hey, it's Jamie. Welcome back to my channel, Hiding Hair Loss. So today I want to talk about hair toppers, but not just a particular hair topper. I want to talk mainly about my most used or most important accessories that I use alongside of my hair toppers. These are some little things that I've picked up along the way that are helpful to me, whether it be making the hair topper look more realistic or making the hair topper be more comfortable to wear. I guess how I want to start things is just I'm going to put on a hair topper and like kind of show you my steps and the other like additional things that I do to make my hair topper more, like I said, either more comfortable or look more realistic. So this hair topper is one I've been wearing a lot lately. It's already styled and good to go, so I'm going to use this as an example. For this one, this is a monotop piece, so it has like the mesh parting area, and it also has a lace front. So the first accessory that I guess I'll talk about that you can see right here is silicone tape. You can buy, it's just scar tape, so you can buy like a roll of scar tape at the store, but they also sell pieces of scar tape that are pre-cut on Unowig's website. So I like to take these and I often will cut it down the middle to get two pieces out of the one strip. I mean, you don't need to. That's the whole point of selling them in the individually packaged, so you don't have to go through cutting them. I like to be resourceful. It's just how I am, so I like to get two uses out of one. So as you can see, the piece that I've used here is like a half length of this. So anyway, silicone tape is just something that usually with mesh parting or lace parting areas, you know, you can see your scalp through it. And if you don't have your part lined up exactly, then oftentimes you'll see like, especially if you have like dark hair, you can see like darkness through there. The silicone tape is just kind of like a block for the parted area of your hair topper so that what's showing through really looks like scalp. So I like to put that on any of my lace top or monotop pieces. All right, and the next accessory that I use pretty much daily with my toppers is a halo wire. So a lot of Unowig's pieces now are coming with the little loops already installed, so you can just hook on a halo wire. So the halo wire has these little hooks on the end, and then, like I said, the topper will have a loop right here, and then you just hook it in. It'll be hooked in on either side of the parting area, and then it has the little bar here so you can adjust. You pull this, it's just like an elastic string, but you can adjust it to be tighter or looser, and then always remember to, you don't want this extra little string hanging down, so I like to make sure to pull my little bar to the very end. So that is a halo wire. Again, Unowig's does sell these little kits. It does come with the loops in case your topper wouldn't have loops in. I have sewn loops into a hair topper before. It's very easy. It's just a couple stitches. And then the kit also has the halo wire with the little hooks already on it. It's really easy, and I have to say, I think a halo wire is a game changer as far as like making your hair topper lay extremely flat and like flat against your scalp and with no lift in the front. So I use that any chance that I have. I do still have a couple pieces that I don't have a halo wire on. It's probably one of my like top tips for getting your hair topper to look realistic, and it also can be really helpful comfort wise. There's so many people that ask me about the clips and if they're uncomfortable, and I know I mean, my hair loss is not active currently, but when it is, or even sometimes just like the areas where I have loss, can be really sensitive. So I've had definitely days where my clips were like in just like a little bit, like had a piece of hair that was pulling or anything like that, and it can be really not only annoying, but it can be painful. So I know a lot of people are worried about hair toppers being really uncomfortable if they have a type of hair loss that is painful where their scalp is inflamed. So in that case, you know, a halo wire is a great option. It just goes under the nape of your neck. Like I said, you can make it loose or tight as needed, as is comfortable for you. I do recommend, I mean, I still use the clips when I use the halo wire, but this gives me the opportunity to share another accessory that I wanted to talk about anyway, that I want to show you before I put the hair topper on, which I will get to it, don't worry. With the halo wire, if you don't want to use the clips still, you can clip in Velcro strips to the clips and then use that on your hair. And I know it sounds intimidating or like it's gonna rip your hair out. It does not. I've tested it in real time in videos on my Instagram if you wanna check it out. It really does not pull out your hair. It's strong enough to hold in place, but it's not gonna like rip hair out when you take them off. So how you would use the Velcro strips are you just unclip your clips, and then these ones from Uniwigs are already cut to the right length that they fit perfectly in between the two clips. You could risk it and order some other Velcro if you had Velcro laying around. It's the, you know, more grippy side. You could cut pieces to your liking and use that. I'm sure it would work just as well. So then you clip it in here, and then you don't need to use the clips. You'll just kind of put the halo wire on and use the Velcro. I have also used the Velcro without the halo wire in the past. It is sturdy, but I just feel like I don't worry about it, the hair topper falling off, but I'm more worried about just like the look of it. I feel like I like the halo wire to give that really flat look, whereas with the just the Velcro on its own, it might not lay quite as flat. I don't use these every time I wear a hair topper, but I definitely use them occasionally, and it's nice to have it on a day where my scalp is just feeling like overstimulated. I don't want to like deal with hair clips. I especially utilize these if I'm wearing my hair topper with a hat on or with a headband. I feel like the clips are just like another thing to worry about. So I feel like you can literally just kind of like lay this on your head with the Velcro for just like a little bit of security, and then pop like a baseball hat on or a wide headband. And then in that case, I wouldn't even use the halo wire. But so that is another accessory. So far, well, let's review. We have the silicone tape, we have the halo wire, and the Velcro strips. These are three things that I find really helpful. I guess let me go ahead and put this on, and then I'll show you the next thing that I have found to be helpful. Now this particular topper you can wear right to the front because it's a lace front piece. But just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna wear it back a little bit and utilize some of my hairline because I like doing that. Like I said, I have the Velcro on, so I don't need to do the clips in this case. And as you can see, I have the halo wire. Another important thing to keep in your arsenal would be a rat tail comb. This is nice. It has like a little bit of a comb here and like a brush to like smooth down the part line. But what's most important is just this rat tail piece. It's just like a pointed end. I like to use this to scoop out hair, and it also, obviously, if you want to change up the part line, you can use it for that. But what I keep it in my bag of tools for is to scoop out hair. And I like to go even under my nape of my neck. I pull hair out from under the halo wire in case I get too hot during the day and want to like do like a loose ponytail. I don't want the halo wire showing, so I like to scoop out hair from all along here. And then like I said, Velcro, I kind of just smush it down into my scalp. It's very secure. If your rat tail comb has an actual comb on the end, which this one is like a mini comb, I think it will work just as well. You can use that to brush the front pieces up and over your hair topper. So that is that. My next, I guess it's not really an accessory, it's more of a product, but something else that I like to keep along with my hair topper stuff is just some face powder. This one is actually like a brightening powder that was meant for under eyes. Any kind of light powder or anything that matches your skin tone. And then a small makeup brush, one that will fit in your part line here. And then I like to just add that. So I already had the silicone tape in there, but this is just like an added layer of like realism where you can fill it in, especially right where the hair topper starts. If you're keeping it behind your hairline, this just like makes it blend so perfectly that you can't see where the hair topper starts. I really like to focus on that step of like right where the hair topper is starting. So that is, I mean, it just perfects the look, which I love. So as far as lace top and monotop pieces, those are probably my top accessories slash products that I like to have on hand. I'm gonna pop on a different hair topper though to show you the last product that I think can be helpful. Ooh, this gives me a chance to show you the Velcro, how it does not pull your hair out. So there's that. There's no hair on it, not even one single hair. It's kind of like a comb. I mean, that's just little grips. So it just kind of pulls along with, oh, there is a piece on there. But one piece of hair can be sacrificed for the comfort of the Velcro strips. So the topper that I'm gonna put on is a skin top. This product would also apply if you're using a silk top, which is very similar. These are the type of pieces that have a thicker base to them, the super realistic part line, so we don't need the powder or anything like that. You could, this piece, actually I don't have a halo wire installed in this one yet. But again, it's like a thicker piece, it's just a different style, so I wear it differently. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. It has the little comb in the front, so I will put it right behind my part line using that comb. Actually, I don't like to line up the part exactly on this one. I like to put it off to the side a bit. So in this case, I'm gonna use the clips that are already installed, but I might try installing a halo wire in this one at some point. We're gonna go ahead and brush up and over to kind of block the thicker base that you can see. You can brush your hair kind of over it, but what happens is if you have thinning hair, which, you know, if you're wearing a hair topper, chances are you have thinning hair, it might look a little bit too dense at the part line versus what the front looks like. As you can see, that is the case for my hair as well. So something you can use in that case is hair fibers. These have sort of like, it's like it's a fiber. It's like dust pretty much. And I don't know if you can see. Did you see it there? They kind of just, this acts as like an air puff that will distribute the hair fibers onto your hair. So I've in the past made the mistake of doing it downward and kind of like covering my scalp. You don't want to do that because then the fibers have nothing to cling to. They're just going to be like laying on your scalp and eventually like falling onto your forehead. You really want to just focus on keeping them horizontal to your hair so that they're just landing on the hair. And we'll do that. And also you want to make sure not to get it on the part line. So I'm going to move these out of the way. Okay, a little bit over here too. And as you can see, it just adds that like extra density to kind of match the density that's the look up here by the part line on the hair topper. So not a necessity, but it is just like a nice little finishing touch. And I think that's what all of these items are. They're finishing touches. I know when I first started wearing hair toppers, I was like sticking with the basics, just learning how to put it on, learning how to blend it, learning how to choose the right one that looked good with my hair. But as you know, get more into it, it gets better and better, and you find more ways to customize it and make these pieces your own and make them look the most realistic and feel the most comfortable as possible, because of course that's what we want. We want, you know, we want to just look like we're not wearing anything. We want to feel like we're not wearing anything. And these are just a few tips and tricks that I have found along the way that I wanted to share with you. And I hope you found something in this video that could be helpful in your hair topper journey. I know that it's taken me a couple years to really feel fully comfortable, and I think I even have a little ways to go before I'm like super, you know, 100% confident. I'm probably, I would say I'm probably about at like an 85 right now, 85% as far as like feeling just as good as my bio hair. I think that's like kind of my gauge. Like I want to feel like I don't even feel any different than I did before I started losing my hair, which I don't know if that's even a realistic point to get to, but maybe someday. And in the meantime, I'm gonna use these little tools and tricks to help myself feel as best as I can in my hair toppers. I love this piece. This one is like a wow factor with like the length and the highlights and that sort of thing. So I'll probably be leaving this one on for the day. Like I said, I hope you found something helpful in this video, and I thank you for watching, and I hope you're all hanging in there with your hair loss journeys. I know it's really hard. I'm here if you have any questions, and you can leave comments below and also find the links to both of these hair toppers below. So go ahead and check that out, and I will see you in my next video.